This is a story about hazing. And now, here at the Fowler Show, we are adamantly against hazing. I am adamantly against. I think it's a it's not only harmful, but it's a really, really stupid thing. This story is by far the most disturbing story that I've heard. And I'll give you the story. This took place at Wilmington College, the Gamma Phi Gamma chapter. They were engaging in hazing activities, and this is how it went down. They blindfolded all the pledges and took them to the basement of the frat house, which is known as the Gobbler House, where 20 frat members were either watching or participating in the pledge. In the basement of the house, it contained about 3 inches of water, and the pledges were ordered to lie on the floor and imitate the swimming action. They were then directed to strip completely naked, red flag, by the way, but stay with me and I'll bless you, except for their blindfolds. And they had substances described as Icy Hot applied to their nipples, back, buttocks, and scrotum. Second red flag. Some homoerotic stuff. Let me continue. After they had a Limburger cheese stuffed in their mouth, and the pledges were each given a ball of stuff, and they were ordered to stimulate having sexual intercourse with that stuff, and this was called effing the sheep. Third red flag. Now, don't get me wrong, America. I get people want to be in social clubs, and I'm not downplaying or decreasing the roles of fraternities and sororities, and they've played to our society and our culture in making leadership and sisterhood and brotherhood and all this other stuff. But there's a couple of red flags here, like which you said, maybe it's time for me to leave. Maybe it's time for me to leave when they told me to lay in a pool of water that I'm not sure what it is. Or maybe it's time for me to leave when they tell me to strip down in front of 20 other men. Or maybe it's time to leave when they put Icy Hot on my balls. But let me continue. The pledges were then hit with towels and shirts that the ends were balled up in knots. And one of the pledges, they were trying to inflict pain with it. One of the pledges, Taylor Lawrence, was struck in the testicles with a towel-fashioned weapon. Lawrence immediately fell to the ground, withering in pain, as could be expected when you get hit in the noggin or in the balls. But he ended up going home. He went home, and after, let me finish explaining this ritual before I tell you about Tyler Lawrence's experience, excuse me. Then they were told, they took bananas, they dipped them in vinegar, and they forced them to eat them and they made them think that they were eating human feces. That's disgusting. But this continues. So Taylor Lawrence ended up going to the hospital where doctors ended up removing one of his testicles because they were smashed. Following that, the fraternity was banned from campus, and a lot of the fraternity members were suspended for their actions. But to some extent, I ask myself, at what point in time do you say to yourself that this has gone too far? When do you say this abuse, no social club is worth utter and total humiliation, and no social club is worth assault and bodily harm and losing a testicle. No social club is worth that. You can't name me one social club that is worth losing a testicle. Not one.